And today I got the lovely Miss Mimi45Diva in the building. What's happening? What's happening?
Hey, what's going on?
Nothing much, nothing much. I'm getting a little delay on the audio, but I can hear you really well, and I want to make sure that you can hear me. Everything going good?
Everything's going good.
All right. Awesome. 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 So, before I get started, I've been watching you on social media for a while, and I've been seeing you really getting down with this music. So we definitely gonna get into that, but we also gonna get into your business a little bit. You know, we
Oh,
gotta
I
we
got
gotta let the people know
a little bit. I got a little
you
bit.
gotta you
I
gotta
got a
let
little
the
bit.
business. All right, for sure,
Just a
for
little
sure,
bit
for
I can share.
sure. Okay, cool. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna start out first with who you are, where you're from, and of course, we want to know a little bit about your background as far as growing up.
Okay, my name is Mio Mimi45Diva. I'm from a little town that's in Montgomery called Lowndes County. That's the
Lowndes County.
4-5.
That's the four
That's
five.
where the 4-5 come from.
Okay,
So
cool,
that's our
cool.
tag number on our register to get our vehicles. It's the number 4-5.
Okay.
So that's how that name came about. And just repping where I'm from. Background, growing up, church background, sung in the choir since a young age. Ain't really much to tell. I grew up. Everybody was close. Everybody pretty much related. When you got in trouble, all the adults handled on that end, and then you got handled when you got home. So
Oh yeah, I
pretty
grew up
much,
like that too, where if you messed up down the street, Miss Jones was gonna whoop you and then carry you up to grandmama's house and say, "Hey, so you know he was cutting up down here.
oh
I just
yeah,
wanted to let you know." And then
oh yeah,
you got then grandmama and them say, "Wait till your folks get her." And then once they got back to you, you had another whooping coming. So it was all about community. You know what I mean? Everybody um raising everybody's kids. It took a village back then.
yes it did. Still take a village, but how the new generation.
It does. It
Yeah,
really does. And now I know you said you said just a little bit normal growing up, but if you in Lowndes County, that's not really like in the city. I'm
no,
familiar with Montgomery. I'm familiar with Montgomery. I used to be in Prattville a lot, and so Lowndes County is kind of like off the cuff of all of the, and even Prattville is like country to
right,
me, and
right.
nothing wrong with country. It's just it's not city. And so when
It's
I
not city,
think
right?
about exactly, so what was the experience like growing up in an area like Lowndes County?
Fun being outside, being able to not have to worry about if you're gonna get snatched up. Um, I never. My mama used to always have to send my brother to get me.
Oh wow.
So it was
So
just did everything from picking plums to picking berries to jumping off sheds. Fun, fun,
so you had some of that good old school fun.
fun. Right.
See, I remember. I also remember my grandmama had a plum tree, and we used to love because I would come out here from California every year, and we would love to get those plums out the tree. And then my other folks had a pecan tree, and
Mm-hmm.
so we tons and plums all summer long. But we had outside fun
Outside
Be-
fun. Yep.
before video games was real heavy. You know, we played them, but outside fun. So that was like old school fun to me. And I know if you grew up like that, you got some different. I don't want to say different values, but
Mm-hmm.
that close knit community fun. Was it different like that in school for you? Also, did you go to school with a lot of your family members that like your brothers?
One brother, no sisters. So,
Okay.
but cousin, I went to school with the neighborhood kids. So everybody pretty much. So yeah.
Everybody knew everybody.
Yep.
That's good. That's good. And I think when you talk about everybody knowing everybody, it just kind of gives you a different perspective on knowing your neighbor. It's a different type of love that I always say when you grow up in a very nurturing background, when you got friends and family and cousins and everybody's close by and y'all see each other every day. So I'm guessing that you're
Right.
probably very close with your
I am.
good, good, good.
I am.
So we talk a little bit about family and growing up, but somewhere along the line, and I don't know if it happened in your youth or later on, when did you start the music thing? When did you start singing? How does that background get into you?
My mama taking us to church. We started um 5, 6. Yeah. So
Youth choir.
youth choir. Yes.
See, people don't know I was singing in the youth choir in the
In the youth
church.
choir. That's why I started. I just loved music, and but after it started it took off from there. Just
Okay.
my love for music just took off from there.
And so when you were in youth choir, did you aspire to become a singer at such a young age, or was did you feel like it was just in you where it's like I gotta sing all the time?
I had to sing all the time. My brother tell you. My brother tell you today. Hope you make it and go somewhere because I used to get tired of hearing you yell through the house. You know.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So your brother, he obviously was probably one of your biggest supporters.
He is. He is. He is. I sometimes, but he is.
So any other musical talented people in your family?
Yeah. Pretty much. My cousin all sing.
Musician or all sing?
Is a musician. He's an OG from the music. Was around in the scene in the Atlanta scene where
Okay.
I work close with Dallas Austin and all of those people. So right now he done changed his life around.
That's good though. That's
But
good.
he still he plays, and we probably got a few more. We got a lot of singers,
Okay. Okay.
lot of
So
singers.
so coming up from the church and into your teenage years and a little further, were you ever like in singing groups or was it still just church then?
Mm-hmm. We did some talent shows and did some like we would be SWV. Me and some of the
Okay.
neighborhood girls. We did stuff like that. We formed groups, mimicking In Vogue. Me and my cousins and me and some of the neighbors, we would form groups, try to write our own songs, and just
Okay.
outside singing. As far as the
So
actual group, yeah, we didn't. So
okay.
It really wasn't. Yes, you know, when you don't know a whole lot going on with music, it's aspired to be.
Yes.
So yeah, it was.
And that's I always call that's like honing your skills. You decide during that time if this is something that is it your passion because you like it and you love it. And then when you make that transition to where, okay, I'm really a songwriter, I'm really a singer, and you start to mingle in the scene, you start to get to understand that the passion for business versus the business is two different things.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
was your first experience like when you got a taste of what the business was like versus just the passion?
It kind of make
Uh
you want to be like, yeah, I ain't this too long.
oh. And I talked to another female artist
That's
not.
what it makes you. That's how it makes you feel. But when your passion is for it, then you kind of what needs to be worked out. Because
Yeah,
it's something that you love so much. Yeah.
I know I talked to another female artist in the past, and I used to manage a female artist as well. And one of the things that we learned over time, and I kind of knew, but it is so difficult sometimes for female artists to make it in the game and maintain a level of respect because they look at y'all differently sometimes. And it could be, and she was rapping hip hop. And even with you doing the singing, I'm sure it's just as bad.
It is. It is. I'm going with the flow.
You're going with the
I'm
flow.
going
Okay.
with the because it.
So now, go
Go
ahead.
ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I'm saying when you say going with the flow, you've been doing it seriously for how long now?
Since 2023.
Since 2023. So
Yeah.
you've been serious about a lot of stuff, but at the same time, you've been really done got your feet wet in the last couple of years.
hmm
And so what was that like? What made you decide to say, you know what, I'm just to go ahead and throw down and really do this thing?
It's funny. Um, I was laying in the house. It was pitch black dark, and I
Mm-hmm.
was like, I just like, I gotta do something. I said, this
Mm-hmm.
can't be. I said, I gotta do something because it kind of was like, okay, the kids, all at some point, all of the kids are gonna be gone. So what are you gonna do? I said, I'm about to start making music. And I jumped on the phone and I'm about to start making music. She said, go for it.
That's good.
And that's it.
So who are some of the people that you're working down there with? I know a few, obviously.
Mm-hmm. I've worked with Atmosphere,
Mm-hmm.
recording, um, Jeremy Sanders. I've worked with the Union Music Group, um,
Shout
Jay
out to the
and Fire.
my brother,
Yeah.
them my
I work.
brothers.
So I'm working with. So yeah. As far as anybody else, um, and my best friend. Nobody
Okay.
other than that, because I mean, I kind of got a power just being real.
Okay, I got you. I got you. I
to
got you.
say to say that all of us just started doing, like real, I've been encouraging my best friend to write for years because I know that she has,
Yeah.
and um, she would, but so now this is a first experience for all of us as far as
Hmm.
writing, arranging, just the music.
So what do you like most? Do you like writing or do you like performing?
I'm not a strong writer. That's why I got a team. But it's funny because they push me to write in them something they'll give me what they got, and they be like, they ain't got no more. I ain't got no more. I ain't got no more. Fill in what they
Okay.
don't have. So I've done a few of my songs. So I had to, because they didn't have no more.
They didn't have no more.
They ain't have no
So you
more.
had to fill in. And so that, like you say, you're not necessarily a strong writer, but in order to collaborate with others and build an idea, that to me that sounds strong because everybody's like, "Oh, I'm a songwriter. I can write a song from top to bottom." But there's strength in when you can join with others and actually
Mm-hmm.
come up with something great.
Mm-hmm. They forced me to write.
They forced you to write,
They
but they didn't
forced.
force you.
I
They didn't
love it
force
though.
you to perform. No. Oh, so
No,
you love the writing.
I I, I want to become stronger at it, and I'm grateful that give me what they got and force me to complete the project, because
Nice.
it'll mean a lot more, even though it means a lot. And that's my cousin, and we've been like this. All of us been like this since little. But just to have your hand in the writing, it's kind of like they pushing me to even be able to do that.
Got you. And so when you think about your first song that you've officially released, because I know that you just had a little party, I wasn't
Mm-hmm.
invited, I and it was not just so y'all know,
I'm
baby.
sorry, but guess what? I got you on the next one.
You got me on the next
I
one.
got you on
Okay.
the next one.
So was this your first official release party?
Yes.
So how was it? Because it looked like y'all was having a good time. Like I said, I'm jealous I did not
I'm
get an invite, y'all. But
sorry.
I'm just
We
messing
did.
with you. I'm just messing.
We had a wonderful people to show up that I didn't even know was gonna show up. Like I said, that post out and number, I said, but the love and the vibe in the building, I mean, it made it feel like it was. They made it feel like it was packed house.
And that's what's important, right? When you're first starting out, it's that core group, your day ones, right? When you had them day ones and they show you that love, it don't matter if there was 20 people in the building or 20,000 in the building. Them
Correct.
day ones will get you through. When you had a show was 10 people, then you got that show that's 100 people, then you got a show that's 1,000 people. But your day
Right.
ones always right in support. And that's good. So tell us about this project. So is it a full album? Is it an EP? Is it a single? Tell us about what you got going, what you dropping now.
So, this is an EP, and it's a 4-song EP.
Okay.
I think it's a 4-song EP. Um, titled "I'm Not Losing." Um, how and I didn't at that time. I didn't even was gonna call the EP, but God show you so many things in so many ways. It's up to you to see it.
Yes.
So I don't consider things to be coincidence for me. So I was scrolling Facebook, and this posted something in his story, and within that it had "I'm Not Losing,"
Okay.
and I was like, I like that, and it's funny because I didn't even have a song for that actual title.
You didn't even have a record yet for that.
Nope.
So you
And
know what? I say sometimes when I hear artists, they be pulling it out the cloud. They don't know where it come from. They just start pulling the lyrics and the songs out the clouds. And I'm not a songwriter. I mean, I might help on a hook or something like that, but I'm not a songwriter. And so when I hear people that are able to just grasp these ideas and come up with stuff, I'll be like, that's a real talent. That's a God given talent. because everybody
Yeah.
can't do that. You got that that need other things for their inspiration, but for it to be sent for you and you to grab it, that's something different.
Yeah. Yeah. And that, I'm not losing. It was sent to.
It was sent
It
too, huh?
is. That's my Grammy winning song. We gonna speak that into existence.
Okay, we're gonna that exist. That's the Grammy winning song.
That's my
So
Grammy winning song right there.
awesome, awesome. So for everybody that's listening, how would you describe your music?
Love, love,
Did you say
passion,
love, passion?
love, passion.
So is it more of the Southern soul type love, or is it deep R&B love, or
I don't want to box myself in. I ain't never.
okay,
So I didn't put a title on it. I start,
okay,
but then I pull myself back from putting a title on it because when I it may not give such Southern soul. It
okay.
may give R&B. I hear the beat and I like the beat, and if I want to make something to that beat, be it so, I might even rap. I'm just kidding. No,
You gonna drop some bars for us?
but it's just my love for music that I, so it's pretty much it's just I say soul music is music from the soul.
Music from the soul. That's a good way to describe it. So when is this officially dropping? Is this dropping
Friday,
soon? Friday.
Friday.
And so for those that don't know, this video is gonna come out on Friday, so everybody can see it right when you drop your music.
Ah,
Yeah,
ooh.
we gotta turn you up. We gotta turn you up, and of course, you gotta send me your latest record that you want on the station.
Okay.
So you got, yeah, because I always tell people, you rock with me, I'm gonna put you in rotation on my station because that's how we get more people to listen to you. And of course, I always tell people, if you look at the bottom of my screen that says 101theculture.com, you can go right there and you'll see the player on my webpage. You can click the player, listen to the radio, and it's nonstop music. I got all types of music on there. I got everything from rap to southern soul, R&B, oldies, new school, gospel, gospel rap, a little bit of pop. So I try to play everything, and 99% of what I play is all independent artists. And so I want to create a platform for artists. And you can also go to the Live 365 app or the TuneIn app and just search for 101.1 The Culture, and you'll find the music there. And when I think about you jumping into this music culture, I love the fact that you say your music about love because we got a whole bunch of other music out there. It ain't all about love. So we need some love in the culture, right?
We do.
And I want to thank you for bringing that type of stuff to the table because we need that. We need more of our sisters out there um, spreading good vibes and telling good stories. You know, we
Right.
understand that there's a lot of sad stories, but we got a lot of happy stories too. And you know what? Ain't no shame in being happy. We should be proud to be happy.
Amen. Amen. Bringing it to the table, bringing it to the table when you said that.
For sure, for sure.
EP called "Looking for Love."
Looking for love.
Looking for love, and
Okay.
bringing it to the table.
And bringing it to the table. Okay, we got to make sure we have all that. Now, before we tune out, I want you to tell the people where they can find you on all social media.
I am 45Diva on Facebook, TikTok. Some strange reason won't let me change my handle. I may have to make another page for Instagram. All streaming platforms. That's MEME45Diva, and majority of the social sites.
Okay. Mimi45Diva, all one word.
All one
We look
word.
we looked that up and we gonna find you.
You gonna
And
find
your music gonna be available on Spotify, Apple, Deezer,
all
wherever
streaming,
you, all streaming
all
platforms. So
streaming platforms.
listen, I gotta go stream my girl Mimi45Diva, dropping April 4th. That's this Friday. Y'all got to go check it out. And I always say it's good to stream it, but you know what? If you can go to Apple, go ahead and buy it.
That's right.
Put some real money in their pocket. Go ahead and buy it, and then play it as much as you want. But then that way, she's not getting a three tenths of a cent. She getting a whole dollar for every record, or she getting a whole five for the whole EP. So let's make sure that we support our independent artists the right way and spend some money with them. Go out to their shows, support them, buy their merch, share their music, listen to the radio, and tell a friend. Make sure you tell a friend about them.
That's right.
Gotta tell, yes, tell a friend. And now we getting ready to get up out of here, but do you have any special shout outs before we go?
Yeah, let me give a shout out to my Shante Hamilton, Kimberly Long, and to my producers EP, the Union Music Group. They helped me
You,
out a lot. Got a lot on that on this
the
EP.
you, baby.
So yeah,
Yes, yeah.
I even had them singing. They don't even
Oh
sing it.
yeah,
I
you.
put them to work.
Oh yeah. You got to put them boys to work because you know
Yeah.
they multi talented. So
Oh
you know
yeah. So yeah, shout
we
out to
done
them.
made a whole lot of music
Yeah, shout out to all my fans and hey, shout out. Hey,
to the
those are
big
my
G,
shout outs.
to the
Big
big
G.
G. That's right. All right, Mimi. Thank you so much for tuning in and rocking with me.
Thank you for having me.
And I'm waiting for the next invite for the next show. I'll come down to the bottom a little bit or to the
Oh yeah,
mid, you know what I'm saying? Kind of visit and come up to a show and catch you live because I like to catch the live shows.
gotcha. I'm gonna invite you now.
Okay, okay. And if I'm able to move, I'm coming.
That's right.
All right. Thank you so much
All right.
again. This is 101.1 The Culture. We about to sign out.